Stay savage, your boy ShinoBeenTrill. What's poppin'? Today we are back, and that's a fact. This time, I told you we were gonna be working on a top type of list. I didn't necessarily specify what number, but we have a top 15 favorite characters from Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Now, hold up before you watch anything. I will be including a little bit of a spoiler. You know, obviously there are Kara members that you guys may not know about just yet. I'm going to be talking about people that are in the Kara, you know, basically the people I like based off designs, not necessarily personality. This is just like my favorite characters from the Boruto world right now. You know, the Boruto Naruto Next Generations world, these are my favorite characters. So mind you, this list is subjective to me. You might have your own list that's subjective to you. My list is not fact. So if you guys like to share your personal thoughts and personal opinions, you know, like always, leave those in the comment section below. If you guys are excited, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. Now, if you guys would like to cut on notifications, we do go live at night over here. We react to a lot of videos on stream. Sometimes we play video games. Sometimes we do a little bit of a live let's play. So if you guys would like to cut on notifications for that, you know, make sure you hit that bell. And with that being said, finally, mind you, I'm gonna say this once again, this list is subjective to me. If you have your own list, make sure you leave that in the comment section below. And with that being said, finally, let's get it. All right, so number 15, mind you, this guy doesn't really do much but mouth off a little bit. You know, he got that hot fire. My boy Inojin. Now, a lot of people don't like Inojin, but the reason why I like Inojin off the rip is because he's a smart ass. He's dead ass Sakura mixed with Ino. You guys think that he'll be a lot like Sai, but he's also a bit like Sai too. The only reason he's like Sai is very subtle. It's kind of one of those things where he's trying to figure out his emotions or trying to figure out the right words to say, but he's very emotional in terms of being a smart ass. Like my dude flipped by the mouth. He's always at somebody's neck. Not to mention, even when Sai told him, you know, this is the reason why you can't do the scroll beast technique, my man was like, yo, fuck this jutsu, I'll just try to do another one. That is literally his mentality. He was like, if I can't do yours, I'll just use mom's ninjutsu. It's not like I don't know it and I can't just learn it. So my man was like, look, it's this easy to pick up, it's that easy to drop. So obviously that's why I had to put him on this list. And honestly, I like the concept of having him using the scroll beast technique as well as the mind transfer technique that Inojin has acquired from both his mom and his dad. I think that was really dope, and I think that was really lit. Number 14, not necessarily introduced in the manga, but he actually came through and did his thing up in the anime. My boy Iwabi. Iwabi was introduced as like this hot-blooded, barbaric-ass character who's just completely strong and is a master of taijutsu. Not very a great person in terms of his studies and in terms of his strategic play, rather than just blowing shit back with his earth style and using his fucking pipe to smack shit up. You know, obviously he had his bit of a moment with Boruto because he felt like Boruto was only riding the coattail of his dad. Then Boruto had to put the pause on him and let him know, look, I am my own person, this is what I do. Obviously you guys know about my dad, but look, this is my story, I ain't with that foo-foo shit. But mind you, when he came through, he had some fire taijutsu. Then to see him use earth style early on was really dope. Not to mention he gives me a good vibe of Naruto mixed with Rock Lee, because he is also one of the people that got held back. You guys know Rock Lee was held back as well as Naruto failed the exam as well. So it's one of those things like, you know, we gotta see them put together in Iwabi. Not to mention Denki kind of pulled through and helped the man succeed. So that's why I had to drop him on the list. I love his taijutsu, mind you. He came through with the earth style early on and he was clutch as fuck. Number 13, now Shizuma Hoshigaki. A lot of people were like, wait, why is he on this list? Honestly, I thought it was really dope that they took characters from like the previous series and actually gave them relatives and threw them in here. Because mind you, we saw Kisame, but we didn't think Kisame would have some relatives somewhere around. I didn't think I would see another shark type person in the whole entire Boruto franchise. I was like, oh, maybe that was just something exclusive to him. But mind you, we did see Soigetsu with the motherfucking, you know, shark ass mouth. So it could have been one of those things where we saw him, but it was like, yo, I don't really know what's going on with this man. You know, obviously Shizume came through and he was one of those people that was trying to push Kagura to do some bad shit, but at the same time we even seen him pull up with the shark skin and it gave us that OG ass vibe from the Akatsuki. I really enjoyed his presence. Obviously, he got taken away. We might not necessarily see him again because he's getting intervention from the hit and miss under Chochiro's watch. But honestly, overall, I thought he was really clean. Number 12. Now, this list wouldn't be proper if I didn't throw my boy Rock Lee's relative on here. Honestly, I like Metal Lee. I like what Metal Lee has to offer. He shows a little bit of a difference from his father, who is somebody who is not necessarily a master at ninjutsu. Honestly, he completely sucks at it. He's a master of taijutsu. But we seen this man actually make up for where his father lacked. You know, obviously he has this anxiety issue versus, you know, my boy Rock Lee was very prideful and he didn't really care who saw him working out. You know, he kind of wanted to boast his strength. You know, he wanted to be known that he was powerful. powerful. But when we see Metal Lee, he actually shows that bit of anxiety that we didn't see from Rock Lee. And then not to mention, you know, he makes up for the lack of being able to do ninjutsu with the mastery of his shuriken and kenjutsu abilities. Like, my dude is out here throwing ninja tools left and right. He has precise precision, and he can grab them bitches when thrown at him. So it's a very deadly combination when you see the boy Metal Lee coming out there with that. Not to mention, you know, we didn't really see him pull out no ninjutsu, and early on this man is shown to be very strong and very powerful. If you guys remember when he got put under the Gaizo Tenzo under Sumire's watch, you know, he actually went off on Boruto and the gang, and he was about to fuck them up, but literally they had to counter him and bounce back. But outside of that, I really think he's a dope character, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future. I hope he can live up to his further expectations. Number 11. Now this one is strictly off of fan service because we don't know what she looked like. We don't got no color detail. We don't know nothing about her KK Genkai, which she has this weird ass eyes. This one is like the spoiler that I mentioned in the beginning. This is my girl Delta from the Kara. But when she first appeared, bro, I was like, okay, she's a little mysterious. But then they gave her like a little depiction in her eyes. You know, it made me feel like she was about to get some fire ass KK Genkai. And I was like, yo, I can't wait to see this shit. You know, not to mention she looking kind of thick, you know. So I do need that color scheme, and I do need to see some of her powers. Because right now we don't know exactly what she's doing. This one is strictly on the list for fan service. Honestly, I like the way she looks, and I like the way her eye pattern is. I can't wait to see that actually get colored and see what she's rocking with, you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I had to throw Delta on here because I really enjoy her, and that's my personal favorite. Alright, so number 10. We almost done, guys. But literally, Himawari, she had to be put on this list due to the fact that she's literally adorable as fuck. She reminds me of my little sister growing up, you know, and honestly, when you saw her activate her motherfucking Byakugan, Sakura to Naruto, put him out cold, and expel the chakras from his body, not to mention put some real fear into my man Boruto. My man Boruto was like, yo, hold up, little sis. I'm gonna need you to calm down. I don't need you to smack me up. You know, this man was literally worried for his life. Seeing how early she's learning these abilities and how young she is, it shows that in the future she's gonna be a ninja proven worthy. Not to mention she gives me this vibe of Naruto mixed with Hinata, also mixed with Kushina, because when Kushina didn't have things go her way, Kushina was fucking shit up. Number 9, Yurashiki Utsutsuki, the dude who got away. I can't even lie. I always said this man has some type of personal objective. I always say he has something up his sleeve. The fact that he left his superior to fight against Naruto and Sasuke showed us that he didn't necessarily lie with some loyalties in Momoshiki and Kinshiki. Because why didn't he pull up when it was needed? Why he didn't pull up and they expel the chakras from their bodies while they were fighting? Because maybe if Yurashiki would have pulled up, it wouldn't have been as easy for them to basically freehand my boy Momoshiki. Don't get me wrong. They did have a little bit of struggle when he went into his new form and shit like that and excelled with his powers and stuff like that, but they picked up for the slack. Not to mention Boruto came in there, he was able to pull up too. But not to mention everybody was also like completely drained of their chakra. So if he would just came in there last minute and start hooking everybody would kind of been fucked. And I can't wait to see what he has stored in the future. I feel like he has some type of objective, some type of alternative plan that goes against the clan. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he has his own fucking thing that he wants to do. Maybe he wants his own power. Maybe he took so much as an interest in what Toneri was doing that he wanted to do it for himself. That way he wanted to observe what Toneri saw in Boruto, because he doesn't necessarily give off any hints of what the fuck he has going on. He always has like this secret objective and alternative motives. So that's why I had to put this man on here. Not to mention my man actually freed Gar up. He freed up the boy Tochiro, and he snatched up Mitsuki Sage Mode. So all these earned him this spot. Number 8, we got my boy Shinki of the Kazekage clan. This is the guy that we saw one-shot Chocho in the movie as well as the manga. We didn't get no in-depthness about him. We did, however, get him talking about, you know, how did Boruto, a weak level person, was able to take on Momoshiki, and he took an interest into Boruto towards the end of like everything that happened in the Chunin exams. But then if you go back from the manga into the anime, we got to see him actually fight. We got to see him go toe-to-toe with Mitsuki, even trying to pull out Sage Mode. We also seen him fight against Boruto and Sarada at the exact same time. Not to mention he put the hands on Chocho, bro. Like, I was just like, damn, dog, Chocho didn't even deserve that. But seeing as this man has Magna release, this man came through with his armored sand, you know, this man was in here with his iron sand. He showed us that he has some real fucking abilities. Not to mention he's training to become Kazekage. So I expect this much of him. You know, when he's first introduced, I didn't see everything everybody else saw, but I thought he was kind of like a puppet user, because if you guys remember, he did have this puppet that kind of looked like something that Sasori used. You know, we didn't necessarily know what he was doing, but then we got an idea of it. You know, we seen this man using the Magna release and using this iron sand to basically free everybody up. You know, this man came in there running shit down. So obviously this man got to make the list. Number 7, with the words of my boy anime analyst, the Phantom himself, Kashin Koji. Now everybody like, wait, We don't know shit about this dude, but literally the fact that this man was able to come through here, drop a toad summoning, obviously releasing fire style, not to mention finishing off the boy out, because I never really liked Ao as a character personally. I really didn't stand him. I couldn't deal with his character. He really pissed me off. So once he finished him off, and then he even imitated the Rasengan, I was just like, hold up, who the fuck is this dude? Like, bruh. Like, is it just me or is he got the heat, dog? Like, so when he came in there doing shit like that, I honestly gave that man the most respect out of everybody. Like, he was one of the card members that I look forward to seeing the most. Not to mention, he let Boruto go due to the fact of him finding out Boruto had the Karma Seal. And he talks about the Leaf Village and how he's always been bringing back to this place and how he's connected to it. Now, we don't know too much about his objectives, but we do see that he has a personal objective. You know, obviously when Delta wanted to go ahead and finish him off and basically retrieve Kawaki, he said, nah, let him go. Let this go. I want to see how this play out. So this man letting us know that he's an observer of some sorts, or he may have his own alternative motives, just like the boy Yorishiki. And that's pretty weird that we're starting to see a lot of the enemy, you know, stray away from their main group to have their own little motives on their own. So of course he has to make the list. Plus he's masked phantom as fuck, dog. You don't even know who he actually looks like. Now, as far as everybody saying that's Jiraiya, I ain't with that shit. Now, number 6 is more like personal fan service to me. Not necessarily fan service as in the big ass titties. But my boy Kagura, you know, my boy Kagura had to be on this list because I really enjoyed the boy Yagura. When Yagura was introduced, we didn't get an in-depth backstory. We didn't get enough information about him. When I seen him introduced, I was like, yo, I need to know about this character. He looks so dope. His design was really nice. And I think that's probably one of the major reasons why they redrew Kagura and basically made Kagura come back, because he looks exactly like his grandfather, and everybody enjoyed the way Yagura looked, and everybody was like, yo, I need some answers about the Mizukage, dog. I need a story. Like, obviously they got a little bit of a filler backstory, but there was not enough information. There was not enough in-depthness. Clearly he was supposed to be a side character, but I wanted more of the Tell Beast users to get a little bit of a backstory. So I think this is their way of making up for that by putting the boy Kagura in here. And I'm gonna say this, his character is dope. To see him going through the trials and tribulations that are similar to Boruto's, it was really clean. So honestly, I'm gonna just have to put him on there solely for that purpose. Number 5, now we got my boy Shikadai Nara, aka the Day One. Literally, he down to spray something. When this series was first introduced, you saw Shikadai with Boruto the whole entire time. Now, clearly we knew Team 7 was going to get reunited in the same formula due to us reading the manga, but it would have been really dope to see Shikadai on the same team as Boruto. But one thing's for certain, he does play a role to Boruto just like Shikamaru plays the role to Naruto. Shikamaru always keeps Naruto out of trouble and makes sure he does his work. The same thing goes with Shikadai. Not to mention Shikamaru even told Shikadai to keep tabs on Boruto and make sure he doesn't necessarily get into a lot of trouble. Now, these two don't get to hang out as much as they used to due to the fact that these two are on different teams, and everybody got to see their abilities in the tuning exams. So everybody's also giving Shikadai a different task or trying to put more workload on him because they seen him putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? But off the rip, he was somebody that was always there for Boruto. He always had Boruto back. If you guys remember when the Sumire arc, the New arc was taking place, Shikadai was the main one down the ride alongside Mitsuki when he was introduced. Now, after that, we even seen him pop up in the trip to the hit and miss as well. They also try to keep good ties with the boy Boruto and also try to keep him out of trouble. So that's one thing I loved about Shikadai's character. Not to mention, he's young Shadow Possession himself. And in the manga, he's going to use a technique that I can't necessarily spoil you guys about. Number 4, it's my girl Sarada Uchiha. Now, honestly, a lot of people didn't like Sarada Uchiha to start off with as well, but I can't even lie. She was one of those dope characters. Not to mention, to see the way she's progressing, to see the way she's starting to change, and to see her development is really dope. I like the fact that she even used fire style in the tuning exams. We see her even get some lessons from Sasuke as well, and Sasuke even knows to her, I need to train Boruto more because you're already more proficient in your abilities than he is. He really needs my help. You clearly got this on your own because he already knows his daughter has most potential. And not to mention, Sasuke probably feels like since he was left alone, he probably want to give his daughter that same kind of treatment, that way she can build her character. But off the bat, I gotta say, she's a really dope character. She's very clean, her style is very fluid, and I love to see when she uses her Sharingan. I still have questions about how she's supposed to unlock her Mangekyo, but those are for the future. Number 3, we got Young, are you my mother or are you my father? He would be probably number 1 or number 2, always top 3. Literally, if this list was based upon power story and how strong each ninja was, he would still be in the top 3. But when Mitsuki was first introduced, he also exerted a lot of skill. This man had a crazy ass movement pattern. He was also shooting out wind style as well as lightning style early on. So he had to be one of my favorites. Like, not to mention, he is the son of Orochimaru, and he always seems to have Boruto back. Mind you, him being so strong, he also has this comedic relief around him. So he is a very enjoyable character to see. You know, he's always making you giggle, or he's always making you question, yo, what is he up to? What is his alternative motive? Not to mention his introduction of Sage Mode was probably one of the most fantastic things to happen in the series. We even see him bring it back during the tuning exams when he was about to go toe-to-toe with Yurishiki, but Yurishiki was like, not today, you're not using that shit today. I was like, damn, that's kind of messed up. But the fact that this kid has basically acquired this ability early on due to the experience of Mitsuki of Orochimaru, obviously it lets us know that he's going to be a great threat in the future to anybody that tries to attack Boruto or any of their friends. So obviously I had to let him on this list, and mind you, I like his design. He reminds me a lot of Toneri. Number 2. So obviously I had to put Kawaki at number 2 because when Kawaki was first introduced, he was edgelord as fuck. He reminded me a lot of Sasuke. He gave me this real dark douchebag attitude. Not to mention when we got to see him introduced in the manga, because mind you, we are on the Kawaki arc right now. He was calling everybody assholes. Then he even blew this man back. I'm talking about he ripped his jaw off, stabbed him through the stomach, and it made his ass just get blown back while evaporating him. Not to mention he even made fun of Boruto for not mastering the Karma Seal. This kid is going to prove to be edgelord 95. He's going to let us know this is the dark side of the series that we've been waiting for, because he was already, you know, showing us bad symptoms from the beginning due to the fact of his upbringing. My man had some fucking troubled childhood, so of course he's going to be an asshole. Why would he treat anybody nice? Look how everybody's treated him his entire life. This man was basically bought and sold from his father. I was just like, yo, what the hell? How would you sell your own kid like that? And then you told him this is the only time he's ever been useful in his life. So obviously this kid is going to come with a lot of baggage, a lot of problems, and he's probably going to be real problematic compared to all of the other ninjas we've seen so far. Not to mention he's supposed to be Boruto's #1 rival. So I can't wait to see how that unfolds. Speaking of #1 rival, it's the boy Boruto Uzumaki-kun. I'm going to keep it a buck. When I first saw Boruto actually appear, I didn't like Boruto that much. I'm not even going to lie to you and tell you I like Boruto that much. When Boruto first got appeared, I always got pissed off of how he treated Naruto, and I always couldn't stand the way he, you know, talked down on him and always was calling him stupid and was telling him he was a loser and shit like that. And I was just like, yo, bro, your dad is the GOAT. Put some respect on his name. Now, mind you, I've made top 10s in the past, but I've never actually put the main character as #1, because my favorite character is usually the rival to the main character or somebody close like that. I never actually put the main character as #1, but honestly, Boruto has earned this spot by learning all these different types of ninjutsus throughout the beginning of the series. You know, this man picked up on wind style, this man picked up on the Rasengan, this man picked up on lightning style. He subconsciously added lightning style to the Rasengan to make it disappear. He had his shadow clones on deck. He got the Jogan. Then he even got the Karma Seal in the manga. So my boy Boruto is showing to be really stacked. Now, mind you, in the future, he will use a sword. So this makes it even better. Not to mention, he wants to be just like Sasuke, one of my favorite characters. So obviously, he has to be #1. And he's going to be pretty much the GOAT in the next few years. So if you guys are still hating on my boy, you better keep hating, because this man is going to be out here celebrating and looking at you like you stupid. Alright guys, so this is my top 15 favorite characters from Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Now mind you, these are my personal thoughts and personal opinions. Let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions. I will be reading the comment sections to see who's actually dropping their list and see who you guys pick. And I'll probably be asking you guys, why do you choose these characters to be in that order? So let me know your personal thoughts and personal opinions. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. If you guys would like to see any other videos or live streams, make sure you cut on them notifications. And with that being said, my name is ShinoBeenTrill. Stay through and stay real, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Until next time, see you guys later.